Okay, chat. You can tell there's a real chance our Explorer deck might be competitive because we're playing 4 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker, kind of the glue that ties every Magic the Gathering format together currently. We've got some Fires of Invention and a lot of enchantments that Zur the Eternal Schemer can turn into creatures. I'm interested to see if the Zur part of this deck feels reasonable or not. Most notably, this ability is not until end of turn. So you can turn your Trials and your Omens and your Meathooks into 2/2s for the rest of the game that have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof as long as Zur hangs around. So, could be powerful. I've also got some Elder Dragon Wars and some Leyline Broods and some Shark Typhoons. Let's pop on into some games of Magic with this amalgamation and see how it goes. Put some borderless basics in here before we do. Inked, best of 3, Explorer, Zerfires, let's go. If you turn an Oath into a creature while its ability is on the stack, it becomes Death Touch damage. That's true. That's a good shout. Mighty big plow, champ. It's for the 40 months Violent Journey. Welcome back. Are we dead? Feeling kind of dead, champ. Do I need to Leyline Binding Mr. Plow? Oh, I could have done this after they crit it though, right? Sequencing. Our mana base is very painful. I probably should have looked at it. Are we on mono shocklands? Actually, not that many. We got what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, only 12 shocks is probably fine. Why does this deck have so many basics in it, J-Ray? I assumed, I didn't look at the mana. I assumed there was Fabled Passage or something in here, but like, for 7 basics seems, is there something in here that searches up basics that I'm missing? You do need Shocklands for binding, that's true. I guess they're just basic land types binding for like, at a minimum, there should not be 2 basic swamps in here. We don't have that many black cards. just doing this and chilling. Toolcraft Exemplar will get got by Elder Dragon Wars, so. Pretty good. So does this. So long, friends. Would anybody like to buy a vowel? I think it's a buy a vowel type situation here, chat. What do we think? Do Zoomers get that reference? That show's still a thing, right? Zoomers rent a vol. Oof. Oof. I think I'm at a high enough life total that we can play this out and get it going. It's probably not great here. Just gets attacked a lot. Bring up the Abrades and the Baffling Ends. They have a lot of vehicles, so Meathook seems not great. That folds to card, right? I mean, there aren't that many cards in this format. They can also attack card. Seems great. Oh, we Leyline Binding the vehicle they play this turn. And then we untap and the Elder Dragon War ends their whole career. I'm gonna hold on to Oath for now. Like another Leyline or Abrade to deal with this guy's ship. Oof. Oof.
Awaken.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Evil cannot withstand a righteous eye.
Oh, if they would have cast Hotshot Mechanic off of the Mech Kinger, they could have fired up Faceless Haven here. Dead shit. There's an answer to Sky Sovereign much sooner. That'll do, pig. But this deck is neat. Probably gets shoot up and spat out by red-black playing a bunch of K commands, but felt really impressive in Dark Control deck. Second red in this hand, but Fable of the Mirror Breaker can always shift us through Dragon War if it doesn't look like it's going to be castable. Look how perfectly castable it is, chat. That's cute. Hi, friends. Nah, I don't think they block regardless. You're right, I should technically give them less information, though.
I have practiced against meditate and prepare.
Woo! I found a piece of candy. to One. Thank you for the 31 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yes, the interface change to how Shocklands are handled is really, really bad in this patch. Oh no! Not my reflection of the Kiki Jiki. You got me. Game's pretty close, chat.
Keep an open mind.
It's pretty close. I mean, we have all our sweepers in our main deck, right? Know that I really have anything to do. Maybe we trade the trials out for the spot removal so we can tag Gallag Reader specifically. Sounds good. Yeah, it's a really solid numbers go up game wind. I got a handful level 50 characters now. I'm gonna keep doing and push the main story some more today. Yup, where we left off last week. I will say this mana base is consistently cast Leyline on too, which is kind of sweet. Didn't have a play 2 creatures effect on too is interesting. I was expecting the Leyline Binding the landing, but with no rush, we'll cycle the Typhoon to start. Yeah, I bought the $5 bundle and I bought their battle pass. I don't think I expect to do more than that though. I think this is Exile the Legion's Landing angle. For 2.
This is gonna hurt.
Meathook would have been a nice one to draw. Left my Planeswalker completely alone. Okay. Bold strategy.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Get paid off for it. Looking like it. This is where the magic happens, Chip.
This'll be easy.
I don't think there's anything to change here. The way a lot of Magic players view metagames is always kind of head-scratchy to me. On my post about red-black, someone was like, you just need to add Nykthos to the format so you can have a deck that beats up red-black. It's like, bud, red-black is still the second most played deck in Pioneer. So, it's probably a problem there, too. And it's the second most played behind mono green with Nykthos. So it would literally still be red-black at the top, but you'd simply be trading out the #1 spot for something else that's arguably worse to play against. Nykthos green is basically Tron. Yes. Yes. Let's get him cleaned out here. It might be right to save this, but I kind of want to get the rest of the chapters going on it. I also kind of want to clear the board before my Fable flips over his value. Don't worry about the rat problem, Jeff. We're gonna let a bunch of snakes loose to get him. Dude. You know, honestly, I think I'm submitting 0 here. Because we'll draw this. Oh, this is actually great, right? So I get to go cast this. This is gross. This is gross. It's like good luck, Godspeed. I'll cycle this for 4. Just in case we draw a bad card we want to turn into something else. Yep, like that one. Like a random's better than Oath, but that might be wrong. The Elder Dragon Wars shall continue until morale improves.
I've learned much during my...
May your blade strike true.
Our swords will cross again.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Okay, so we're gonna cast this with Fable, or with Fires. And then we're gonna turn Fires into a 4/4, and I'm gonna turn Omen into a 2/2, and we're gonna attack because these have Death Touch. I guess they gain a bunch here, so we still kind of have a game. We're obviously ahead, but I think it's worth giving up the Fires to their 2/3/3s there. Yes, we're beating up our opponent with Fires in the literal sense. Zerwin's kind of sweet there. Let us pivot. Turn a bunch of our stuff we had on board into some ways to close the game out. The deck has definitely great energy, for sure. For lands here. I guess I could have left them both on top to guarantee that I hit with an Narset down tick, but we're actually just Fabling this turn, right? But I'm playing a control deck. Listen, chat. If your game plan is concede on turn 3 when your opponent casts Fable of the Mirror Breaker, you're going to be in for a rough time in our current formats, okay? I would highly recommend a better plan than concede to turn 3 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So, chat, do you think we could say he's just a small town Zer? Living in a Meathook world. He's going anywhere, making tutus. I could have waited until we drew the Meathook with him together, but I didn't want to forget. It felt like a good line, so I wanted to run with it. All right, if I play this out, Zur is castable this turn, right? Yeah. They cast Growth Spiral, put in a 3rd land, and then miss their 4th land drop promptly. Sounds about right. I didn't lead on Fires of Invention because my opponent likely has a counter spell here. I think I'd rather bait the counter spell than jam.
I know what must be done. Reverse.
I train every day. I have just the trick for this.
Are these Narsets playable in this deck, chat? What is her actual hit rate? Are we just super unlucky? I'm gonna look at the deck list after this. The second miss is Roof.
Just wait
Very
a moment.
Roof. How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Wind. It's a name I haven't heard in a long time, chat. My counting is correct. Narset is 93% to hit. Okay, so we were the 7% twice. Well, that's sad. Our Narset dies. I don't get a wolf this turn at least, but they have to draw a card, which is not great for us, obviously.
I still have much to learn.
Hold that thought.
Wasn't prepared for that to resolve, chat. Leyline Binding and Shark Typhoon, where card we want, by the way, chat. We get a 6/6 Shark. Daddy Shark doo 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 doo. Daddy Shark doo 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 doo. Daddy Shark doo 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 doo. Daddy Shark. Haley has a pair of shark pajamas, chat, and she calls them her doo-doo sharks. Oh, doesn't get better than that one. Ship it.
What? My hair is on fire? I know. It's playtime.
Your move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. Ooh, Yugi boy came to play, chat. That's the first piece of Exodia.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
God, shit! Alright, you know what? Sometimes they want it more than you do. Sometimes they want it more than you do. And that's okay. That's okay, chat. In the words of the greatest poet of my generation, you just gotta shake, shake, shake it off. Oof. Oof size large, chat. The oof size was large. Turns out there's only 2 pieces to Exodia and Magic the Gathering. Draw Yorion on 3 angle, chat. It's like a draw Yorion on 3 angle. Cast this before they can have rewind mana up. I'm sure Dovin's gonna have something to say about it, but is what it is. Gotta go, go, go. It's definitely going on top. Thanks. I think we're dead, shit. It's the part where they cast rewind.
When people start screaming,
She resolved, shit!
you're
I
going
don't know what to do with my hands! Alright, they gotta have Night Pack Ambusher here, right? This is like Night Pack attack reform. Damn.
fight fire with fire. This'll be easy.
Alright, so let's lead on Leyline Binding. And then we Elder Dragon War? Hopefully nature's not feeling too frisky this game, chat. Just sitting on 3 tranquility, something like that.
I am out of here.
She is out of here, Chip.
Sorry I'm late.
The enchantment animations are just for this Theros board. Man, they really love down-ticking their Teferi, huh? We're supposed to keep the Dragon War to, clear the 2-2. Although Yorion Blinking clears the 2-2, right?
Let's slow this down. Let's skip to the good part.
Alright, chat, we can dodge a rewind, we can dodge a ball. Love it, Narset. Thank you. This is a upkeep Leyline Binding angle. Now it's a let this resolve then cast Leyline Binding angle.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
This resolves, it clears the deluge out of the bin too, which is nice. They might just deluge in response to this, which will give us a window to stick the Narset. And also crack them to 8, which would be nice. Wow, they just gave up the deluge. That's so good for us. Gosh, they must have the back to nature again, right?
Focus and discipline. You shall hone your prowess.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
You can tell Explorer's a real non-rotating format check, so he just got rinsed off by a sideboard card 2 out of 3 games.
This was overwhelming.
Just been down, shit. We're done. Maybe they don't have any other cards that play to the board, and we'll attack them with this Yorion, and then we'll attack them with the Shark Typhoon token, and they will die. I feel like that's the path to victory here, right? We just like hope they don't have things that play to the board, or like can't play to the board twice, he says before getting Settle the Wreckage. Get crunched. Your move, Yugi boy. Maybe steal this still. Yeah, no Emperor is great for us. Yeah, there aren't really any enchantment decks in Explorer, right? You're right that there's a couple in Historic. Oh, you know what? I should have let on Fable the Breaker. As a counter spell bait. My bad. My B. Hopefully they just counter this too and then didn't matter. Alright, our deck with 80 enchantments in it was unable to beat Back to Nature games 2 and 3. It's just how it be. Fairly typical non-rotating format experience. If your opponent wants it more than you, they're going to get it. Just gotta shake it off and roll on to the next one. Honestly, when they back to nature us the second game, we probably should have just conceded the match. It was done from there. Yeah, it was. That is weird that they boarded in back to nature after just seeing the Kiki Jiki game one. It's a strange sideboard card to be bringing in for that. Yeah, exactly, Matt. They're probably hanging out in the stream. Not necessarily watching it while we were playing, but they definitely knew what was up. I'll take all the Othakaya here. Good chance they've got God's Willings or Fight as ones. They're not a feather deck necessarily. Although I guess they could be red-white burn with Wellspring as a companion here. But Defiant Strike implies combat tricks, right? Wellspring means no feather in the middle, though. God's Willing would deny us the life gain here. Sedge. Elder Dragon War, not particularly good into these cards. Even if we could cast it this turn. Am I dead yet? Inching towards dead, chat? Should I say inching towards dead, or are we like running at a breakneck speed towards dead? Maybe the latter? Alright, this is definitely an all Doom Blades on deck scenario. Meathook does not scale up nearly fast enough to be useful here. This is probably too slow. I think I'd rather have Narset than Whirlwind because this is cheaper and it stops some of their card draw. None of the rest of these seem fantastic. I was a standard deck today. We will not be playing standard again unless someone pays me to. to be blunt. Do this. It's technically 1, 2, 3. Maybe this finds us a red and then we do something with this. Technically, I should wait till this hits me. I gave them like a thumbs up to hit us with this, but I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things. We're bottoming anything that's not interaction or red lands here. Those are neither of those things. All right, that's a red source. So now I have to choose between doing Narset this turn or Fires next turn. I think it's Fires next turn, right? Especially since Oath is very unlikely to be able to kill this. There's a red aggro deck going around that's fun, and by fun, I mean I refuse to play it in best of 3, but it's fine in best of 1. Hey, you know what? So long as you're having fun, don't let anybody else tell you to do anything else. You know, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, shit. Don't ever let anybody tell you you're playing Magic wrong if you're having fun with it. The flip side of that is also true, though. If you're playing Magic and you're miserable while you're playing, start playing Magic in a different way or play something else. Your game should never feel like a chore. I think we've died, chat. Opponent's deck is sweet. We're gonna have to revisit it at some point. We played a feather version of it. When I get frustrated, I play a 60 land deck so I can giggle when I get Thoughtseize twice in a row. That's great. What's going on, Murloc? As a general reminder, if you're looking for deck lists, you can always scroll the backlog on the YouTube channel. Everything's up there in playlists. If you want to get a feel for what a deck is without watching an entire video, you can always skip to the wrap-up section at the end to see what past Jeff thought about it. I mean, what's being held down by red-black, Saucer Crab? And I don't even think we've queued into red-black until this, and this isn't even like the red-black deck people are talking about, right? We actually haven't hit. Have we hit red-black mid-range at all this set?
Those who cannot
I think it's been all bruised this afternoon for Explorer, right?
Thoughtfulness before action.
Which is definitely a symptom of the fact that, like, we're still Diamond 4 halfway through the month. A lot of the people playing Red-Black have sweated their way up to Mythic by now. We're a red source off of Elder Dragon War next turn to clean up the board a little bit. I think it's an Omen of the Sea angle this turn. So we could try and propel ourselves to the red mana. Or we could just Meathook Massacre right now and gain some life. That sounds lovely. Okay, Narset kept them off one of their draws there. And this Meathook means they don't have any 1/1s in place. Narset gets to live to see another day, which is nice. Alright, let's go digging. Let's go digging. Untapped land, please. Okay. I'm gonna take the generic untapped land, but I'm gonna bottom the spell, because I do still really want a second red for Elder Dragon War. Do we Fable or do we Oath? I guess my life total is relatively high for now. Let's Fable, because it could potentially make a treasure token for us next turn. So I assume they're going to throw enough things at Narset to knock her out here. They have a way to kill my 2/2. They're mousing over it. Maybe they're just like counting up blocks. Dorko has been eaten alive. $14. Narset goes to dead. Come on! Hit me, dealer. Untapped red, please.
Such violence is upsetting.
Oh, I get a couple of redraws in untapped red. That's nice. I have this at least now. I think I have time for Whirlwind of Thought. Yeah, I'd rather Elder Dragon War. We already have Meathook in play. I'd like to get the other chapters on this going. I've actually come to see that a lot of people, I talked about this earlier, Seth, but a lot of people, I've come to understand that I've not articulated myself well when it comes to my position on what I like out of Magic formats. When I've said over the years, I like it when mid-range is good, that's actually a shortcut for explaining I like it when blocking is a meaningful form of interaction. And it definitely doesn't feel like there's enough attacking and blocking in these formats at the moment. And even if there is attacking and blocking, you don't want every deck that's attacking and blocking to be the same color. You're like, yeah, mid-range being good is like one facet of these things being reasonable for it. But again, it's just one facet. It's not the whole thing. There's more to it than that. It's very reductionist. Just be like, oh, mid-range is good, you should be happy here. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted the mid-range deck? Well, there you go. Come on, bud. What you complaining about? I'm cycling this. Good formats where mid-range decks are good aren't just about the mid-range deck. They're about what the mid-range deck is playing into. RTR Standard will probably be the last format of its kind yet. That was the last Standard format before Fire Design took over. GRN Standard was slightly better, but RTR Standard I think was also good. That was like when Nexus of Fate existed, but it was like a meme card and not tier 1. Alright, so we'll Oathakaya their reflection. And then we'll Yorion. Do I want to blink this reflection with Yorion? I almost think I do. I think I do. And then when we cast this Yorion, I want to also blink Fires of Invention. So that way it's no longer in play, capping my number of spells for the turns. That way I can cast this Abrade for mana to destroy the Oni Cult Anvil. Oh, did I want to blink the reflection? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of talked about like I did, but I actually don't know if we do or not. It's probably fine to leave it up. That's close. I could be right to blink it though too. Like filter through some of these cards that are not great. Might be a scry 2 of my upkeep angle with this this Omen of the Sea. The reflection gives an extra 4-point attacker in the air return, which is nice.
After 1,000 years, finally, a new conquest. Pleasure doing business with you. Defy me.
Let's keep our life total
and
high here.
you lose everything.
Right, Mio River, bye-bye. Ooh, a piece of candy. This turn? Probably. It's free, right? You can copy Oath if we make it a creature. That's adorable. Oh, I should have attacked with Yorion, probably.
Next time, I'll cut you down.
Oh, it is legendary. Yeah. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Do. Chat, J-Ray was just testing you and you passed with flying colors. Congrats. Your brains are huge. Meathook, a creature at end of turn, huh? This is again forever ever. I'm gonna offer the trade on the Meathook, so I'm gonna play another one out here. I guess this is just a net negative for us, actually, right? Because I would have rather their things die while I also... Oh! I get the Meathook triggers off of them regardless. It actually just doesn't matter. Actually just doesn't matter. I don't want to lose my reflection, so I think I'm just going to hook for one. I don't understand what you're suggesting, sis. In response to what, draw trigger? Oh, to scry 2 more? No, I don't think so. I think that's a spew a lot of the time. Like, obviously, we had 3 bricks in a row there, but, like, the odds of there being 3 bricks in a row are actually pretty low. So on average, you'd rather have a couple impactful draws rather than just one. You want to be 2 results based. Man, we're actually losing this game. Hold on to this land in case we draw a Fable or a Dragon. I eat cup O-noodles. I mean, I eat noodles that are occasionally in cups, unless that's a specific product, and then no, I've never had that. So we're dead? I think we're dead, Chip. Definitely feels like our opponent just ground us into a trash can this game. Our deck got to do what we wanted to do, and their deck got to do what it wanted to do, and it does not feel like our tools are good enough to keep up. See if it's any better post board, but we don't really have that many good tools on our board. I've got like, I get to get like Baffling Ends and Abrades in exchange for the Trial of Ambitions, but I ate some frozen pasta things sometimes. Pre-made noodle cups aren't really a thing that I consume. Punch the opponent, then run away. Mono red's not competitive in this format. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in a row that were just lands and Fires of Invention. Go. Magic is a skill-based game. Do-da. Each opponent loses 1 life. Leyline does not stop that. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. What is targeting? Baby, please hurt me. Please hurt me some more. Whoa. Black Leyline. Black Leyline stops their things from dying, but stopping their things from dying is bad for my Meathook as well, right? I ain't even consider Leyline that way, because it doesn't really do anything in this matchup, right? Because, like, if we both have Meathook out, they just cancel each other out. Gonna keep my life total high and stem the bleeding here. If the game goes long and grindy again like that last one, Whirlwind of Thought is a card that can hopefully propel us ahead. A lot of card advantage there over a long game. I mean, I think if the game is going in a direction that we could win, we're gonna grind, but their deck's definitely capable of aggressive draws as well. If anybody's gonna get aggroed out, it's us. We don't always win a long game, as that last game shows, but if we're winning, it's probably a long game. Any game that ends quickly is probably ending in favor of the red-black deck. Dear Fable of the Mirror Breaker, please get deleted from Magic the Gathering. Signed, every reasonable person ever. Dragon War is a solid draw. So long, friends. Goodbye, farewell, I'll see you and good day. Get rid of these. I think with Whirlwind of Thought out, I probably don't need the card advantage from Narset. Whoa, that's the first time Leyline Bindings cost us 3 today. It's been pretty consistently 2 mana for us. Don't have a swamp in play at the moment, though. Another Deadly Dispute would deny us life gain, which should be a big deal. And gain another 3 there, I think, leaves us in a pretty good spot. We have to continue stabilizing, continue drawing cards here. Anything for us to Leyline Binding, so I think we just draw the Yorion here and pass, so we could threaten to Oathakaya again next turn to keep drawing cards, or to keep gaining life. Good crack us for 5 here with the Den of the Buggy Bear. Omen of the Sea is probably one of our better draws next turn, so give us a second thing we can blink with Oathakaya. Only Yorion. Also let us draw 2, scry in the middle. Daddy Nixilis is a little scary.
After 1,000 years, finally.
Oh, wait!
Conquest.
This swamp, it makes Leyline cost 1, right? So we'll go Swamp, Leyline the Ob Nixilis token, Yorion blink the Leyline. Yeah. Now we're thinking with portals, chat.
No one beats me and survives.
Gaga!
Not worth the effort.
Grind. Do. We get Fires into Zur next turn, which should be a full stabilization angle. Tapping a bunch of red mana, eh? They've got Synthesizer and a bunch of blood tokens here, so they've got tires to spin. Your finest 6/6s, please. To gain 6/2. The old 12-point swing. You love to see it. Remember, even if they kill Xur, this Leyline remains a 6/6, so we'll just lose the keywords that are currently on it. And then if somehow they have a way to get through this, we get to go Shark Typhoon into Chandra next turn, make a 4/4, draw a couple of cards. Just put a bow on it, chat. This one's done. We gotta try and win a game 3 on the draw, though, which is definitely more challenging. Took care of Xur. Huh. With the Abrade, do I just want to cycle the Shark Typhoon now? I think I do. Let's lead on Abrade, destroy the Oni Cult Anvil, and we'll see what we draw. Feel the burn. Burn, baby, burn. Chandra's inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Cycle Shark Typhoon is usually the right play. Never the fun play, usually the right play. Othakaya hidden text box. Come get some, chat. It's been a while since I've had one of those pop off. Definitely happy with how we sideboarded. Let's run it back. Run it back now, y'all. Legacy Standstill gets to play Shark Typhoon. Sounds gross. Alright, those are 2-mana Leyline Bindings, right? Sounds like a sneaker keeper gonna exile non-land cards, 2 mana. Do 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 do. Biddy do 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 do. I just use this stick their thing off the board, I think. Maybe I should have done this at sorcery speed. Play around the Diddly Dispute. Strikes me as the type of person that would enjoy a good Leyline Binding, chat. A cycle, Shark Typhoon, attempt to trade with your 3-2 turn. Really are hoping to find the Oath of Kaya to deal with this Braids permanently. To 11. Now next turn we will be able to Omen and cast Oath, so hopefully we can find it that way. Decline. I need my 5 mana next turn. Ask and you shall receive, chat. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lemon on a square. Take that Braids off the board, I swear. Do do. Be do 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 do. Be do 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 do. Seize my thoughts, Daddy. I have no good ones. Not a good thought to be taken, Chip. Actually missing our second red mana. Did I bottom a red land? I did. You're not supposed to keep the mountain, because it's like land number 6 and second red. Yeah, I think I should have kept the mountain there. It's Freaky Kiki into Yorion to threaten the old Blinkskaroo next turn. A little Freaky Blinky. 3 decent things to take out of play and put back in. That's what it's all about. A lot of 1/1s, chat. Many mighty 1/1s. We're at a virtual 3. These are notably not artifacts. Drop our second red into play here, because I want to leave this back on defense. Need Oath to hit face. No, again, that's why I pointed this out. This is not an artifact. So we can kill the token spirit without any cult animal sacrificing it. I have 17 minutes on my clock. My opponent has less than 9. Feels Magic Arena, man. Not dead yet. This puts us to 5, 4, 3. Desperately need to draw one of our 2 Meathook Massacres. 9 mana here in theory. They can only sack one thing, right? What if I Zur and then turn Leyline and Oath into creatures and attack with them? Is that better than just playing Dragonstorm? Probably not. That's gotta be, right? They would sack one, and then they'd take the hit from the other. I'd gain 3 up to 7, and then I have 3 blockers, and they'd have 4 attackers. I think that's the line. I think it's Zur attack with 2 things with lifelink. No, I think I leave the 2/2s back. So I net a blocker keeping the 2/2s back. Yeah, I end up at 6. And then I can block 3 of these, take 1 down to 5, lose 3 down to 2. So I'm not dead on board, which is all we could really ask for at this point. Obviously, we die to a lot of things. Still not dead on board. Yeah, we have to draw another Zur, right? Meathook would also do it. If we draw Zur off the first Omen, I could gain 2, but that doesn't do it. Yeah, I need Meathook Massacre, right? Even Meathook might not do it, right? Save the Oni cults. Although I guess they don't have a Meathook of their own. This deck was cute, but I think ultimately that's probably a lesson in how a lot of its matchups play out. Just, you know, we tried really hard and we played really tight, and ultimately what we were doing just wasn't quite powerful enough to keep up with what the opponents were doing. It's probably the sad reality in which we live. I don't know, maybe the big room for improvement is like, I feel like one of the problems with this deck when we played it was the sideboard was kind of crap. Like, I don't know where we want Leyline of Sanctities and Leyline of the Voids at, but I basically just didn't have enough board cards to bring in a lot of places. These are the only 6 cards I brought in anywhere. Maybe you win more games with more board cards. Maybe you're supposed to, like, cut these Whirlwind of Thoughts that are just kind of cute for, like, another Elder Dragon War and another Meathook Massacre in the main. Leyline Binding was actually really good really consistently. This could be another card that you can go up a slot on. I don't know. I feel like even if we make changes, we're probably still going to be a little bit low in terms of power level. However, that was neat. I'm glad we tried it. Zur was kind of cute. Maybe in a world where they ban some stuff in Standard, this card could maybe be Standard playable. The fact that it leaves things creatures past the turn you activate them is kind of guess. All right, chat. Let's play some Genshin. We're going to pick up at the story right where we left off last time.